Hello, we are back already. Cookie and Lune were ready pretty quick, so we're back on for some more Waifu Wars. This will be my last stream of the day, though. I've streamed like 3 separate times today, and that is plenty. Alright, looks like they're in. Let's go take a look. Alright, so Lune's box looks like Lune's pretty typical box. He has been running like this really princess heavy all-female team all season. Some more of that. Cookie's over here with his Lana box. He gets to run 2 boosters as his perk of being a tier 3 player. So he's got Patty and IBC, but it is legal in this case. And a little bit of a tank pushy flavor compared to what Nikki tends to run. So Lune grabs the Albedo pick pretty early, wanting to get a tank. Cookie's banned most of the auras. The big thing left would be the Elma and probably the Mariandel. Maybe Kyra. Definitely Elma plus one of these two. I think I'm leaning Elma Kyra, personally. Mariandel's a strong healer too, but she runs out of juice quick, and she's not a DPS threat the same way Kyra is. So he goes for the second pick Patty, and we does leave the Kyra. Bans the Grenchill. Grenchill also makes sense as a ban. He could go to ban attack buffs here. I think he has to ban the IBC with the Kyra pick. He just can't play against that. So I think you'd look at probably IBC and Sophia or IBC Luke. The Luke is more of an aggressive pick, but it's attack buff. Sophia's attack buff and a healer, which, yeah. If Lune's going fairly AoE heavy, you only want to give so many healers. But he does allow the Sophia. He does allow the Luke. So he didn't ban either. He went for the Pressure. I don't think he had to ban the Pressure. Maybe he was worried about like what Bite and Bit does sometimes, where you just gospel Pressure and then super buffer. But Cookie has enough mages that I don't think he would have just gotten wrecked by that. Yeah, I getcha. I get that. Lune's pressure has really good stats. I get that. So he picks up the Sherry. Sherry's also a pretty reasonable pick. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really love the IBC pick on Cookie's part. Um, I just don't think it enhances his draft that much with the already present enabler and the real threat of his box being the AoE combos. I think Luke would have been a stronger pick, being an attack buffer and an AoE threat with a revive to deal with Kyra. So it picks up the T-Jess. So it's almost turning kind of single targety. Yeah, I think the Elma is pretty no-brainer there. Licorice immunity is solid, but Elma Candle's really good against all these mages. But Cookie's gonna have some problems getting in properly through the Sherry Kyra zoning, even with the IBC buff. None of these are heroes that get like 10 range. None of these are 10 range assassins that are becoming 12 range assassins with IBC or anything. Yeah, I think I give the edge to Lune here, unless Patricia just goes crazy. Yeah, I'm with you, Fire. Unless Patricia just like super carries after his units start dying, I think that I give it to Lune. One thing I'll say is Lune can actually cope fairly well with Patricia here because Sherry acts again. So I think she'll deplete the Patricia stacks if you kill with the first hit. Because if she kills with the first hit and then gets her act again, I think after she stands the second time, the stacks will be gone, maybe. And Kyra can do Gospel potentially. Like, there are things he can do against Patricia with this draft. I really think the IBC wasn't that strong of a pick. I think it should have been Luke. Like, you could take the Patty buffed Luke is really good range turn 2, right? Because Summon will be 4 and Luke will be 4, so that's 4, 4, 5, which is 13 black hole range, which is, awesome. Like, I would have just taken that, I think, over a single target into an Albedo. So we've got the full ST Luke, Shadow Raid on Sherry with Scepter T-Star. It's also on Loki, so the attack is atrocious. Or is the tier? The Kyra's attack is somewhat high. Not T-Star, I should note. So he actually wouldn't have been bad bringing Sorks on some of this stuff. Yeah, I think the IBC was just really redundant after the Patty pick. He did bring Mass Attack on Luke as well. He had to. He needed buff. He can try to do like Lana TP with T-Jazz, but the problem is the Caillou is just zoning so hard. You'd have to do like Elma Candle too and teleport her onto a fort to try to live, and even then the Sherry is zoning a lot too. All the way, like you can't really get a good TP. Oh, the Luke would have been so good. He throws out the Elma C3C to pick up some miracle buffs, essentially. Pretty defensive candle positioning, though. I guess you have to be careful not to put it into Sherry range, but... Sherry catches a strong breeze. Yeah, this Lana just doesn't reach anything. Oh, he brought single target. Oh. Oh, I didn't even... That's so awkward. Kyra can deal with the Patricia stacks pretty well with this. Too. Or this. Yeah, right. Oh, poor Cookie. It is, it is. I mean, I think it works for single target too, but... Cookie is dead. I see, I see. Must be, must be. Cookie is not like a bad player by any means. They struggle a little bit in Waifu Wars, but I don't think Cookie's a bad player. So I'm surprised about the decisions that were made this game. That could explain it. That could explain it, you know? Maybe Wally's theory's right. So, I mean, Cherry could bounce off of T-Just now if she wants to. Like, I don't think the worst thing in the world would be Sherry bouncing off of T-Just to kill Patty. And then, because you still have the Lucretia summon to have 5 euros for your Kyra. Because then you can just do a pretty straightforward tank push setup with the Albedo, Kyra, Young Jess, and Steve. Without having to deal with Patty, death, explosion, shenanigans. Honestly, the Kyra is a really hard Patty counter, because also, like, when Patty does the little AoE thing when a hero dies, that triggers Kyra's heal. Oh, what I also just noticed. This is a 4-star Patricia. That's tough. Sometimes I forget Cookie is also Dragon Cave account and does have very real account problems for Waifu Wars. Their account's not that much older than mine. But man, he's so miserably zoned here. Sure would be crazier if there was a team that got to first pick Luna every game, right? That would be crazy. I really think that if he went for the Luke pick instead of this IBC and went for the AoE draft, I really think Cookie actually had some hope. Lune's Young Jessica is like 5 stars, so it's not ridiculous healer. Pretty bad HP. Like, just kill it with Lana, you know? I don't think I've really caught many of your games so far, Valbar. I think you've only played a couple, right? And I haven't gotten to the replays of any of them yet, I think. From this season. I've gotten a couple of Zigrams. I'll have to do another replay stream sometime soon. Yeah, I was wondering if you're gonna do like what you did last season, where you just like had a day where you're like, okay, I am free, everybody come fight me, and do like 5 fights in a row. So theoretically, the deadline is, I think it's like the 9th, maybe, but let me double check. Yeah, it's the 9th of February. So like another weekend after this one. So, I mean, he can go smack the Albedo with the IVC here at least. Maybe if by some miracle he survives, like if he uses something that's not Sherry to punish. I mean, Luke would kill easily, I guess. So he does get a life, at least. It's a nice body block, too. But the problem is this Lana is just so out-zoned. The T-Jess follow-up could be good, or Patty, depending on if he uses something that's not Kyra to kill. But the Lana is just so hopelessly short on range. So Sherry picks up the kill there. Oh, it's also not exclusive on Patty. I probably will take a break. This is like the 3rd stream I've done today. I guess none of them have been that long, but... It was last season. It's not banned this season. We did not put that in the rules. The candle to AA play to take Albedo second life. Which is a solid play, it's just the problem is he's so short on... Oh, he got the guard spell, actually. Ooh, this is good. This is good. Luke does reach, but that's getting that Kyra dead is nice. And with the candle a little bit further out, maybe Lana can try to tank something. I didn't even check the dispels. Yeah, I just figure it's annoying from a organizing perspective to manage banned exclusive equipment for one specific hero. I honestly think Patty should really just be banned, period. But that's not the popular opinion somehow. So I'm kind of the opinion that if you give Patty and you die to Patty, you deserve it. You could use Patty's cooldown reduction on the Elma here to give her 3C back, so you can try to tank some stuff with the Candle Aura plus DR from the Miracle. I think, because he has to live something here to get in close enough to really do much. He has to be able to live a Luke attack, I think. Which maybe you can do with the extra DR. It's extra 35% plus whatever the true DR is. 30%. If it was Sorks, I would really give that idea credence, but he did go for fairies. But it still might work with the Miracle buff. Lana does catch a nice breeze. Never mind, because the IBC buff was still on her, so it couldn't overwrite. That sucks. Yeah, I think he should CDR Elma. You could also do it on T-Just to try to get her 3C back sooner, is the other option. But like I said, I think you have to somehow tank the Luke here. I suppose Lune has turned Prio anyways, actually. Because he killed the Kyra before it acted. Alma Tenyo. Sure would be cool if that was a Lana Tenyo to go reach and go in. P-Jess can technically go bonk the Albedo. I just don't know if she kills the low HP Lancers with a... No DR buff, but it's low HP Lancers, which are really bulky. All it takes is a Albedo proc. Oh, no Albedo proc, you guess it. Okay. So the Patty mark is gone on log. Also, Sherry could go for kill instead of Luke, potentially. But he keeps Sherry. Okay. I still think you should use this on Elma to try to live Luke single target. You can't really do much to make your unit slip to Sherry here. It does it on Lana. Did she have anything she needed cooldown reduction on? Maybe he thought he brought teleport. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe Cookie misclicked, meaning to bring Lana's teleport, like the other SP skill that also looks like a weird mix of funky colors. It does look different, I think, but... Strong Cherry Breeze, ready to kill 2 things. Is he gonna TP Candle closer to body block? Yeah. Does Sherry want to have attack buff for her second attack? And she can't reach to melee anything other than low priority targets. So he's going for the patty. He does whiff, but she's fog stunned, and Elma doesn't have recall. Oh man, if he'd cooldown reduction to Elma, he could have teleported her out of the fog. Poor young Jessica doing absolutely nothing this game. Yeah, she cast a heal that didn't save the tank. Also, because the Patricia didn't die, Cookie actually didn't get turn prio here, which he could have really done with. That was closer than I expected. I think the Albedo died a lot easier than I thought she would. Like taking the third pick Lucretia versus taking the third pick IBC. Yeah, because he really did actually end up executing on the tank bust. I just really thought that the AoE plan made more sense. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's a really, really good hero. The crazy thing is, Lune got her 5th, right? But like the ban pressure is just really high against these strong boxes because you have to ban them out of the really strong tanks, ban them out of the really strong heroes, ban them out of the pick one DPS, then ban them out of whatever DPS they happen to box that is super good against your strat type, like the Tatalias, the Elaines, the Juglers, the whatevers, you know? So she kind of just floats by and is a really good pick. Who can do strong single target, strong AoE, enabling, cooldown reduction, and attack buffing. I just think if we knock her out, it could alleviate some of the pressure. Yeah, plus I just think it would make it interesting because everybody boxes Lucretia. And everybody has always boxed Lucretia. Every single season of Waifu Wars. For those with Lucretia. Alright, so let's see, we've got a Christie Tatalia ban. Christie ban here. So Lune is putting some pressure on Cookie to pick a tank. Let's see if Cookie wants to. Yeah, exactly. She's never not useful. And the fact that she's a mass attacker, I think is a huge deal. Because it can be really hard to find attack buff without Lucretia. Because she's just such a huge deal as a mass attacker that's also a valid DPS pick. It's so important in so many drafts, you know? So I think that puts a lot of extra pressure on drafting additional buff DPS and looking at your factions closer, or adding, you know, a sprinter or something like that, you know? Yeah, she does have those new holy troops, are awesome on her. And she also has those fire fixed troops are also really, really crazy good that do like pre-battle fixed. Super strong. Yeah. There's a long time where she didn't have good troops, right? She only had Sorks and Firebrands. While everybody else is getting fairies and Batmage Warlocks, and then they're like, oh, hold on, let's make Lucretia good again and give her a solid cast and a lot of really solid troops. Because her cast isn't like crazy good, but it's like 10% int and a chance to enable sometimes is nice boost to an already strong hero. Ooh, we have a lusty pick. Cool. I'm always up for lusty. It's a good lusty map. She might struggle with the Hilda aura though. Yeah, right. Is she glory to be buffed by lead? And I think she is. So you have we see the Kyra pick again. Over the lusty, you mean? Yeah, I think Cookie probably just wanted to use lusty. I know if I had an Illustrial and got a decent Illustrial map, I would happily just try to pick her. Because she's cool. She is among the best waifus in the game, in my opinion. It's regretful that I've never built her, but she's just so decidedly not an Ozma unit. So he takes the really defensive pick of the Licorice, which I don't think I love. Just because, like, Lune's already got the Kyra, he could pick up the Sherry as another assassin or the Pressure as a tank buster. I don't think the extra healer is better than a extra DPS. I mean, I guess it's not an extra healer, it's the healer, but I don't know. The only AoE that Lune really had was Mariandel, who's whatever. She just does damage. No debuffs. So he gets Teachus last, who's gonna do maybe a Hilda Life. He does have to ban the Albedo. He also bans the Sophia, which I don't agree with. Actually, like, maybe I do. Maybe I do. That's attack buff gone. Nothing here has buffs. Kyra has to bring Gospel here, or the entire draft is unbuffed, except for Hilda buffing herself. Maybe I do agree with banning the Sophia. Precia's not going to love trying to buff a Licorice buffed, DR buffed Ledin with an actual faction buff versus unbuffed Precia. Unless she's Tensei, but I think she's like Protag Princess Myth or something. Is that right? Did I finally get Precia's factions right? I never get hers right. That might be right. No, I think it makes sense to me. You can't give him a second revive tank when you don't have any real... Like, your only assassin win con is Lusty, who can trade one DPS maybe. And if that DPS isn't Kyra, you're just gonna get walled by the 4 tank lives. At least this way he's hitting into a Hilda, which most people don't run Tiamat Hilda, so you can try to bust it with these 2 assassins, or mages, and somehow keep your team alive afterwards, like with the Ledin or whatever, to take like a safe life, hopefully. I think it makes sense. With the extra guard, the Kyra just kind of keeps going after this stuff here. Unless Lusty snipes it, but Lusty's got worse range than Kyra in practice. I think we have seen a Lusty tank a Kyra at one point, though, with those magic damage reduction troops and last rights up, like for non-T-star Kyras. So maybe that'll something funny like that could happen, maybe. Especially because Kyra's gonna have to bring Gospel or just suffer super low damage. Let's check. Gospel. So it's not a Tiamat Hilda. Single target on Mary. Strengthen on young Jessica. Holy moly, I didn't know this was a thing. Yeah, he's not T-Star, exactly. I noticed that game one. Well, but is it a trade if you TP the Lusty, or does Kyra just kill you and jump back? Like I said, I think I've seen that happen once. I'm not sure that Lusty tanking Kyra is the normal expectation. It is 6 stars, I think. Just really low HP. It's T-Star, looks like. Which, I mean, T-Star should... He's holy, but he brought Sorks, so that'll still break the tech. So even with the Hilda anti-crit in place, I think she's not going to have any problems getting her kill on anything other than maybe Prussia. He does go Redeemers on Ledin. It's the best defensive troop against the Prussia, probably. He could go Phalanx too, maybe. Just because she doesn't have any infantry troops. But I think Redeemers is fine. Prussia can't break the 100%, so I think she usually fails on Ledin. Anytime I've seen her hit a Ledin at least, she usually can't kill 100% HP. Maybe on the tree, though. I think she probably does tank unbuffed Caillou. Question is, does she reach ever, or should it need to reach to threaten? So, no breeze. We do have the strengthen on the Caillou now. He's 1 short of Lusty, but Lusty's also short of Caillou by a fair bit. He could try TPing to the tree, but that's a really strong assumption that Lusty will tank. How much damage reduction is it? 30%? I don't know if I would super trust that. You might just have to play it safe. Wait for a breeze. Hope Caillou doesn't freeze. Lune might actually be one of those Meteor Kyra gamers, I think, actually. I don't think she can breeze. Ooh, he does put her on a tree, but it's a safe one, I think. Yeah. So, I mean, she is short of where Kyra is now, but Kyra is also short of her. That's the good... Oh, no, it's breeze. Okay. That's a good position on the Kyra because this is not a valid spot, but she can't get the terrain she needs. Going the other way, can she? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe she can? No, she's short, yeah. I think he might have tanked with the tree, though. Who knows? I'm not a rusher, I can't understand these super close kills that don't involve tanks. Ooh, here she comes for Tejas. Whiff! Takes quite a lot of damage. Too bad Lana's range sucks, so she can't punish, but oh, she's got the cooldown reduction from the pressure. Oh, the Tenyo? Not enough. Can Mary wipe to kill Tejas? Even if she does, though, I think that's really in favor of Cookie. Because now all you have is the tank bust win con, and Cookie has 2 assassins and a DPS that should kill your tank. That's a big deal. I think Lune should tank pressure. It's not a wonderful thing to tank because, you know, she does like the cooldown increase and all that garbage, but I think he should tank. What did you bring on Liko here? 3C? 3C. I might have just gone Maskill. But Lana can move up a bit. Also, so I'm noticing Lusty did catch a breeze, huh? So she's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she can reach to here. Yeah. She's got to go around. Pressure reaches next turn to take a hit on Lune, however that goes. Because he doesn't have Maskill, he can't like spam damage reduction on Lune or anything, so he will get every buff dispelled by pressure. But also that's kind of okay. Because I think she simply cannot kill him in one hit. He has too much damage reduction, I think. Because it's 20%, 25%, so 45, and then 30% from the holy tech, and she has no damage increase. Maybe her weapon or something gives some, I think. But it's huge DR. So it's a lot of whether this goes to Cookie or Lune, I think is going to come down to if Lune can live. One thing that is friendly to Cookie is that the closer these two get to each other, the more likely Lusty just gets a nice snipe. So she doesn't catch a breeze there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then she can run up to 3 here. So she can head up to this tree. Throws attack buff on the Mary, but she's not going to read AoE anything. Okay. Lana's short on single target reach. You may as well stand Lana first. You need to save the Licorice action. Thing. He also needs to be careful with the fact that Lune does not have 2 block guard. He has 1 rain guard. There are mistakes to be made by putting something here. I don't think Frontal's passive disable is a big deal here in any way, aside from turning off Redeemers. Can she one-shot? That's really, really the question. I mean, this isn't in guard, but yeah, he's threatening that now. Because I don't know that Lusty kills Pressure on tree. She might. Lusty does a fuck ton of damage, but Pressure could also pick up a revive. Okay, moves back into guard. But that's an awkward position to move. He needed to move like here, because this prevents Ledin from standing in any particular space that guards everything. So he has to move like the Lusty or something first. Hilda does only have one block guard this turn, but Lune's playing around it. Young just doesn't have transform, so she's really not going to be in play with her 3C in terms of damage. Mary can wipe this turn to try to chip for pressure. She also does reach the Lana. I think that was bad Lana positioning. He should have gone here. Okay, let him parks. Well, I mean, one dangerous thing with pressure too is if Ledin does have first strike. Sometimes. So he's saving his young just act again, keeping her moving. I think you have to move Lusty first here. You cannot have Mary AoE and then pressure hit you, or you will die. I think he's dead. You have to protect that 100% on Ledin. I think Lusty had to move up one. That action. Oh, he goes pressure first. Right, and here's the awkward thing, is Mary can't follow up. I don't know why would she not use the attack skill to break the 100% HP? Again, he should move Lusty up. Like to here or here. So, I mean, we'll see how much Liko can heal Ledin here. Pressure will probably just get second life here with the frontal. I actually would have probably transformed and done the evil spell, for lack of a better word. I mean, I will say, if Pressure does come in and take second life, then Lana is ready to kill. So, Pressure... Oh, does that just get you killed by Mary? I think it does. I was gonna say Pressure could take the Lusty with that guard position. But you just died to Mary. I mean, Hilda still doesn't have 2-range guard, but even if you kill it, something after. There's one life on Hilda. Pretty decent breeze too. Mary does Mary handle things. I don't think Lusty's taking second life as it is. And Liko has no juice anymore. This is where I think Massiel would be so good. I think he really had to get some value out of the Lusty earlier in the game than this, before it got this close to each other. You don't really want to be punching the Hilda as your first kill. Oh, Bondavarashi! Ledin lives! Ooh, that could be big. Pressure picks up Revive though, right? Oh, it's so bullshit. Can Lusty dispel it? No. Man. Damn revive heroes. Damn revive heroes. So she does clock a Reaper from the skill there. So he could kill Mary with Lusty here. She'll self-heal. Can he avoid the Young Jess too? Doesn't she have move again? Yeah. Oh, Young Jess breezed. She can basic the Lusty probably to death. And the Licco with no skills is awkward. He might choose to have Hilda guard first. I think that makes more sense. Oh yeah, Hilda I can even punch. But also whiff. But man, that pressure revive. So Licco can 3C again next turn, I think, if I understand Licco correctly. Let's turn animations on here. I forgot to turn them back on earlier. Ooh, that hurts. I mean, I think he has to like go 3C if that's an option. This is not going to kill. It's unbuffed. The Hilda aura. Pressure just takes Lana now. I think he had to heal and try to make Pressure whiff those basics. Because Y just doesn't have skills because she's not 6 stars. It would have been a pretty decent chip too. We'll see what Lune does. Guards, okay. Is it Lana Dark Reaper to try to heal off of the Hilda? What happened to her attack buff? Ooh, the thorns. Because, like, this would have faction buffed that, so, like, what happened to that? Was it... Oh, the Dispel on this. Is Licorice gonna carry this? There's no way, right? No, the Young just heals her too much. And she can go punch. Damn. Precia's too OP. With her revive and tank busting. Cookie played a pretty decent game there, though. It was close. Yeah, that's true. The extra DI. Does that put a tile under herself too, because she's technically targeting her location? Ah, Can't help but think with slightly different moves, Cookie could have won that. Taking a game off Lune. Good game, though. Yeah, the game one pick ban was a mess, but I mean, I guess it didn't even end up being that bad of a draft, all things considered, since he did get those nice, clean Albedo lives. Yeah, of course. I enjoy streaming them. It's just a lot to do this many a day. Yeah, I'll be off there. Oh wow, I think Recalling and Ski finished like the same time, despite starting later. Yep. Good games, Cookie. Especially game 2, you were so close there. I wasn't sure about your draft game 1, but you played a good game there too, to try to make it work. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for providing content.